in a moment, please. Does anybody hear echo?
No.
No?
No, Pankaj.
For me, this is fine.
Okay. Thank you. I think we should be good to go now. A warm welcome to all the healthcare leaders, investors, and innovation experts joining us today to witness some breakthrough solutions that aim to make healthcare affordable, accessible, and efficient for billions worldwide. Hi, this is Pankaj Gupta, Managing Partner at Ethom. We are a zero-BS revenue scaler headquartered in Singapore with a portfolio of over 120 global B2B startups. Today, you are going to witness some transformative startups disrupting critical areas such as clinical trials, chronic disease management, hospital operations, hospital EBITDA, ophthalmology, femtech, and surgical automation that we onboarded for Zero BS Healthcare Revenue Scaler program in February 2026. Of course, an impressive lineup of startups deserve an equally impressive jury. And we are really privileged to have seasoned experts from hospitals, healthcare sectors joining us today who are going to evaluate startup pitches, share their feedback, and guide founders towards scaling impact. Jury members, I would request you to do a quick introduction of yourself so that our startups know who you are. If I may request Annalisa to go first because I see her on the screen. Annalisa, please.
Hi, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm an engineer by background, and I'm part of the investment team in Panacas Partners. It's an Italian venture capital firm investing in life sciences startups, both in biotech and medtech. We invest from seed to late stage and across all therapeutic areas and at national and international level. It's so curious to know more about the startups.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Annalisa. Appreciate your time today. May I request Dr. Vineet Gupta to go next, please?
Great. Good morning or good afternoon or evening, everyone. My name is Vineet Gupta. I am currently Vice President for Innovation and Commercialization at University of Texas Medical Branch. It's a part of UT system in Texas. By background, chemist, and we're doing a lot of health AI now at the health system here, and I'm super thrilled to be here to learn more.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Vineet. Really appreciate your time today. James or Jim, could you please go next?
Yes, hello. I'm Jim Stephen. I'm a physician. I've been in practice for about 20 years. I'm an internist with a specific background in geriatric and chronic disease management. And now I'm the Chief Medical Officer of Crossroads Treatment Centers. We're a behavioral health substance use disorder company, and we have about 35,000 patients. I've been managing teams of physicians and nurse practitioners to meet value-based metrics and goals for about the past 10 years. Crossroads is a private equity-backed company, and we are the largest provider of substance use disorder treatment for opiate use disorder patients. So I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you. Really appreciate your time today, Jim. Timothy, could you please go next?
Yes, I'm Tim Poore. I'm one of the co-founders for Post-Acute and Elder Care Platform. We are a Mayo qualified solution. We are integrated with an Epic through the Mayo Clinic Care Network and as well as Cerner Meditech. Background is about 10 years in the post-acute to post-acute care transitioning arena.
Timothy, I think we cannot hear you.
Okay, I'll just go real quick then. Post-acute care, transitioning from acute to post-acute care setting. I'm the co-founder of PEP, Post-Acute and Elder Care Platform. We are a Mayo Clinic qualified solution. And I'm really happy to be here with all these wonderful, talented jurists. And good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, good evening, and good luck to all of our panelists.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Timothy. Appreciate your time. Ayman, could you please go next? Dr. Ayman, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Yeah.
I'm Ayman. My name is Ayman. I work in healthcare technology and strategy. Currently serving as a general manager of Open Medical UK, focusing on digital health and medical innovation. And my background combines biomedical engineering and business strategy and innovation. I have been involved in supporting healthcare startup and scaling health technology solution. Excited to be here as a jury and excited to see innovative idea being presented. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Kedar, please.
Yes, thank you, Pankaj and Ithom, for this opportunity to contribute to your initiative, a great initiative. Good day again to everyone. I basically based in Bangalore in India, advise startup founders for their growth strategy, investors like Ithom on their investment thesis as well as deals, and also on the corporates for their innovation management as well as inorganic growth strategies. Before in this capacity, in my stint at Philips, as part of the corporate strategy function, I had the opportunity to found a corporate accelerator for Philips and also for the corporate venturing arm of Philips, that is the Philips Ventures part. And through that, I was fortunate to contribute to enabling and also scaling some of the startups which are in AI for radiology, cardiology, oncology, minimally invasive surgeries, emergency care, so pretty broad spectrum. So once again, thank you, and looking forward to listening to founders and listening to the new innovation and also collaborate with the jury over here. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Kedar. Dr. Pankaj, please.
Thanks, Pankaj, for having me here, and thanks to Ithom for giving me this opportunity. I come from a clinical background. I shifted into technology. I have a master's in computers and an MBA from IIM Bangalore. I've done digital health transformations globally across US, Canada, Saudi, India, and also, I've done digital health transformations for hospitals, health insurance, and government practices. Currently focused on a lot of health AI work for a couple of startups where I'm on the board of these startups. So in short, that's my background. Happy to interact with everyone.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Dr. Pankaj. Jonathan, could you please go next?
Hi, thanks, Pankaj, and pleasure to meet everyone. Jonathan Hall. I run Mulver Hill Associates, which is my investment and consulting practice. And I'm also a board member of Churchill Partners, which is a recently launched mid-market acquisition platform. I've mainly been in private equity for the last 25 years, and within that, primarily in the Middle East. Have led and sat on the boards of a number of healthcare businesses there. I mean, medical device manufacturer in Egypt and a pharmacy chain in Saudi. Currently working on a couple of other healthcare projects, a UK care home group and a Germany-based medical cannabis manufacturer, and various others, and very much looking forward to learning more this evening.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Nishant, could you please go next?
Absolutely. Good evening. Hi, everyone. Depending on the time zones that you're all there. Thanks, Pankaj, for having me on this forum. I basically work for Apollo, which is one of the largest healthcare setups in India and Asia. I look at the primary and secondary care verticals for Apollo under the company called Apollo Health and Lifestyle. Been part of the system for over 7.5 years now, and the idea is to understand from everybody what's the game plan ahead, and happy to be part of this. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Sridhar, could you please go next quickly? Yeah.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm Sridhar. I'm currently on the board of one of the first cancer research hospitals in the world, the Royal Marsden Hospital. I'm also on the board of the Scarfree Foundation, which funds medical research in the UK and Europe. I spent 20 years in management consulting, advising a whole range of institutional investors on investment
Thank you. Thanks
effectiveness, and subsequent to that, I formed my own consultancy advising institutional investors.
Fantastic. I think there might be some delay from your end. But yeah, last but not the least, Guy, could you please go next?
Yeah. Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm I'm a physician and a psychiatrist who has had a 20-year career at the intersection of clinical leadership growth and working with patients dealing with both psychiatric as well as medical illnesses. And currently the chief medical officer at Forge Health, which is a mission-driven company to provide affordable and accessible mental health care for moderate to severely ill patients, as well as working with a variety of specialty populations. Additionally, I'm a professor at medical school where I work in both medical psychiatry, but also bioethics.
Thank you. Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Guy. And thanks to all the jury members for being part of this session today. We obviously look forward to your sharp questions, valuable insights for all the startups. Please remember to score startups after each and every presentation and add jury suffix to your name so that audience and startups can identify you easily. As you know, we have pre-recorded 4 minutes long video pitch that we'll be playing, and then founders will be able to take 1 or 2 questions for the next 2 minutes. If there are more questions, we'll have to take them in the chat section so that founders can respond to them in the chat. Now let's dive in and explore these different.
Pankaj,
sorry,
Pankaj, a question for you. How do you want us to score? Where?
We'll share the scoring form again if you haven't received it. Just in a few moments, please. Yeah. Okay. Let's dive in and explore how these startups are shaping the future of healthcare innovation. And this is the first presentation, Markable, which offers a hormonal insight tracker for women's health. And here we go.
Hello, I'm Ravitala Ibrahim-Likove, the CEO and co-founder of Markable. Hormone blood tests exist, yet in perimenopause they are clinically unreliable. Hormonal fluctuation is so volatile, a single measurement captures almost nothing. For decades, physicians managing this transition have had to work with almost zero objective data. Women in perimenopause navigate a median of 23 concurrent symptoms out of 100 known: cardiovascular, cognitive, metabolic, and emotional. By the standard 10-minute follow-up, a patient reconstructs weeks of variability from memory, while clinicians titrate on that partial picture. Up to 50% of women discontinue HRT within the first year, not because therapy cannot work, because treatment is navigated by trial and error, with almost no objective data to guide it. Markable measures what has been missing. We capture the physiological imprint hormonal volatility leaves behind through the use of smartphones. Using our patent-pending architecture, we read nearly 250 signals per assessment: the hormonal imprint for visible biomarkers, the Sharp scale for cognitive performance, and the high-resolution mapping of symptoms burden. Each tracking session distills into the Markable signal report. Women track at home and arrive at the clinic with a precise clinical snapshot. It shows clinicians exactly what has shifted since the last visit: cognitive trends and dominant burden clusters, enabling data-driven consultation with zero added workflow. This continuity changes the economics of midlife care. Unmanaged symptoms carry a $26.6 billion burden in medical spend and $5.4 billion in lost productivity per year in the US. But a 10% retention improvement enables $2.6 billion in payer savings and $540 million for employers. And for providers, for even a microclinic, retaining just 200 patients a year recovers approximately $350,000 in annual revenue. We are already seeing early powerful validation. Nearly 400 women have tried our assessment, generating over 21,000 high-fidelity signals. 44% complete our average 13-minute assessment, proving women invest time when tools are genuinely built for them. Crucially, our core technology is backed by provisional patent, and our 150 women validation cohort demonstrated statistically significant differentiation, distinguishing between perimenopausal and non-perimenopausal women. Our team combines technological scale and clinical authority. CTO Michael Aluz brings 15 years of building high-scale SaaS infrastructure. CPO Dana Inbal, a PhD in medical science, brings a decade of translating medical science into user magic. And I lead commercial execution, drawing on 15 years of directing innovation, strategy, and marketing at global leaders like Unilever and Kimberly-Clark. Our AI architecture is guided by Shachar Fleischman, PhD, a deep learning expert with 20 patents who's previously led a deep learning company acquired by Intel. And our medical strategy is led by Dr. Eran Gold, an MD and a senior OBGYN department head at Clalit, an HMO covering nearly 5 million patients. We have two asks today. First, we're opening our early adoption program. We're looking for design partners, pilot clinics, and digital health resellers ready to bring structured intel into perimenopause care. Second, we're raising $500,000 in pre-seed investment to fund patent-filling, dataset expansion, and clinical pilots. If you're ready to make the invisible markable and lead the hormonal intel revolution with us, let's talk. Thank you.
Okay, we have Revital on the call to respond to your questions.
Hi, everyone.
Please unmute yourself.
Sorry. Sorry, Pankaj, did you ask me?
Yep, Timothy, please go ahead.
Okay. So you mentioned 250 data points that are collected. What type of AUC does that give you? And let's say if it gives you like a 90% or 0.9 AUC accuracy. What's sort of like the minimum number of data points that you would require to get, let's say, 3/4 or 75% AUC?
Well, I have to say that we don't know the magic number yet. I mean, one of the reasons we are entering this as an intake and wellness tool is really in order to gain enough data and to strengthen our model and to be able to provide a much more accurate answer for what you were asking. We did see a pattern combining multiple dozens actually of signals together. It's an imprint, okay? It's not on a single measurement, one or the other. But again, we want it much more diverse and much larger data set in order to be able to answer that at this level of accuracy that you're asking.
Okay. And the reason being is depending on how, I'm not sure quite on how it's deployed, but depending on how it's deployed, it can judge, or the environment that's deployed can affect what type of data points you may be able to collect. So I'm not quite sure on that, but we can follow up with that later. I'll let another question come in.
Thank you, Tim. You may be seeing poll on your screen. Please respond to that. And I see, Revital, there are a few questions in the chat section. Please feel free to respond to them. Any other question on audio for now?
Yep.
Before we move on. Yeah, please.
Okay, right here.
Go ahead.
So very, very good presentation, to the point. So appreciate that. I'm going to follow up on what essentially, Tim said. I'm not really sure what are you measuring? How and how does that translate into a meaningful output?
Okay, so we're measuring actually 3 different signals. The first, we call it the hormonal imprint. It's starting from a face scan. We take dozens of measurable inputs. We call it non-invasive biomarkers from the skin, eyes, face, hair, everything that is actually influenced by those hormonal fluctuations that happen during perimenopause. So what we do is we actually measure the accumulation of what happens there. And that's the first part. The second part is cognitive tests, reaction time, memory, and so on, so specific measurements that are heavily influenced by these fluctuations as well. And we do see differences in women's performance when they are on treatment and off treatment. And the third part is just a very, very thorough symptom tracking, which today is not done anywhere. I mean, there are around 100 symptoms, and most of them nobody talks about ever during in clinical sessions or out of it. So we do this very, very thorough scan, and all of these together. I didn't even say we even have voice analysis and everything that we can track non-invasively through the smartphone. These are all the signals that we get, and again, the algorithm takes this imprint, which combines all 3 layers together. That's where we saw that again, we can identify perimenopausal women only according to this non-invasive data that we get, the hormonal signals.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Revital. We will have to move on to the next presentation now. And I see there are a couple of questions for you in the chat section. Please take care of them. The next presentation is PeptiTech, which is developing advanced compounds for glaucoma and other neurodegenerative diseases. And here we go.
Hello, this is Marco Feligioni, founder and CSO of PeptiTech. Today, I will present our program to develop the first neuroprotective therapy for the retinal disease. Blindness is a growing global challenge. Over 2 billion people live with visual impairments, and retinal disease like glaucoma progressively erode autonomy and quality of life. Despite available treatments, neurodegeneration continues, and it costs more than $400 billion annually in productivity loss, and the affected people are growing exponentially every year. Glaucoma is a neurodegenerative disease. Current therapies lower intraocular pressure, yet up to 40% of patients still lose vision in one eye and 16% in both. No approved neuroprotective drugs exist for retina, leaving the degeneration process untreated. A key driver of retinal degeneration is glutamate excitotoxicity. Under stress, excessive glutamate overactivates NMDA receptors and trigger neuronal death. NMDA inhibitors showed early promise but failed clinically because they block the receptor broadly, disrupting normal neurotransmission and causing CNS side effects. We identified a novel NMDA trigger intracellular mechanism activated exclusively under stress. This enables selective modulation of pathological signaling without affecting normal synaptic activity, shifting therefore from specific receptor blockade to mechanism intervention. GN01-GRI is a 26 amino acid hypermeable peptide acting only presynaptically. It restores physiological glutamate release without blocking NMDA channels or altering normal neurotransmission. With high selectivity for the pathological pathway, it represents a first-in-class neuroprotective therapy for retinal disease, and has been designed as an add-on therapy to standard pressure-lowering treatments. The molecule has been protected by an international umbrella patent covering therapies targeting glutamate excitotoxicity, and it has been granted worldwide. PeptiTech is fully dedicated to retinal research. The peptide efficacy was demonstrated thanks to a BrightFocus-funded project, and thanks to which we prove a concept in vitro and in vivo in 3 mouse models. And we did also the PK and PD characterization. These results confirm neuroprotection, selectivity, and favorable tolerability. In parallel, the CNS application has been licensed to another company that I lead, validating the mechanism behind the ophthalmology. PeptiTech brings together a team of deep scientific and drug development expertise, and it is supported by experienced board members and life science investors. Thank you very much. Here are my contacts, and I'm happy to take questions.
Fantastic. We have Mark on the call to respond to your questions. Yes, Kedar, please go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Thank you, Marco. My question is that, so how does the existing administration or the management of a glaucoma patient actually alter because of your new proposed solution? Is it a daily or a regular additional drops that they have to put it, or does it reduce the frequency of what they require to do for the pressure lowering drops they use? And my second question is rather simple. In case if you don't meet your primary endpoint in the trial, what's your plan B?
Thank you very much. So basically what happened today is that we tested in preclinical trials, of course, our peptide, and it's basically used 1 drop per day at different concentration. This is what we tested. And the concentration, if you're raising the concentration, you don't obtain better effects. So the minimal concentration we are using is between 5 to 25 micromolar per microliter, micromolar, and which is very, very low concentration. And this is actually something that we are testing right now. So if we can put together with the IOP lowering drugs that are using today, or eventually we can even use our peptide alone in few days. Alone during the day, or maybe just after, or just before, or together with the lowering IOP drugs. So we are basically testing this. Yeah. And the second question was what we are doing if we are not meeting clinical phase 1, you mean?
Yeah, the primary endpoint. Yeah.
Well, actually, the primary endpoint is to check the safety of this drug in clinical trial 1. And I think this is a peptide, so it's a very, let's say, very specific peptide, and basically its safety is very high because it can be then highly eliminated by the eye very, very easily. So is not and is hitting a very specific molecular mechanism in the retina.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Marco. We will have to take more questions in the chat section. The next presentation is Belong Technology, which offers medical-grade, FDA-approved wearable solution for sleep test. And here.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lydia, CEO and co-founder of Belong. Our vision is to enable preventive healthcare through actionable sleep insights. How is your sleep last night? Good? Fair? Or you are not sure? Sleep disorders are the hidden driver of chronic disease like cardiovascular-related, including hypertension, stroke, and AF, diabetes, and even dementia. Yet, 80% of sleep disorder patients are undiagnosed. Why? Because traditionally, sleep tests need to be done in a hospital, which is expensive, inconvenient, and uncomfortable. Existing home sleep tests are often complex and have high failure rates. There is a clear need for an affordable, comfortable, multi-night home sleep solution. Belong developed the world's first FDA-cleared, AI-powered wearable ring for sleep apnea diagnosis with sleep stages. Our solution supports not only diagnosis, but also for remote monitoring of treatment efficacy and broader chronic disease management, including dementia, cardiovascular, gastrointestinal disease, and mental health. Today's healthcare system focuses primarily on daytime medical data. Overnight medical-grade data is largely missing. Belong's solution closed the notary data gap, shifting care from wake-only to 24/7 predictive monitoring. Sleep and stress are fundamental to longevity, and our platform unlocks a more complete picture for health risk prediction. Our AI-powered ring is protected by more than 20 international patents and provide comparable accuracy as the gold standard polysomnography. Belong Sleep System is FDA-cleared and can be reimbursed in the US through both private and Medicare. What differentiates us is our high test success rate, more than 95% compared to 70% of our competitors. Through generative AI, we automate the report generation and provide an interactive interface for medical professionals to query sleep data. For home sleep tests, there are 2 categories: medical grade for diagnosis or consumer grade for alert or reference only. Among all diagnostic devices, Belong is one of the most accurate solutions, providing the highest test success rate with the most comprehensive features for diagnosis and designed for chronic disease risk prediction. We are initially targeting the 9 billion obstructive sleep apnea diagnosis market. With the data collected, we are expanding into treatment optimization, data-driven chronic disease management, and preventive risk prediction, addressing a broader 50 billion preventive healthcare opportunities. Our business model is very simple. Just paying a hardware upfront and a yearly subscription, you can equip your clinic with sleep test capability. $200 per patient can be reimbursed through CPT code or Medicare. We bring new income to doctors and dentists. Since FDA clearance in 2023, we have deployed our sleep test services to all states in the US, achieving a 95% retention rate, delivering 300% revenue growth, and building a recurring revenue base of 66%. Beyond the US, we have obtained regulatory approval in 6 countries and regions with our Series A investment and build tractions in Series A+ in both the US and Southeast Asia. We have a great team, not only in R&D and product development, but also in commercialization and financing. We also have strong support and advisors for commercialization and investment in the US and Asia. Join us in transforming sleep into the foundation of preventive care and longevity. Please contact us further if you need any information. Thank you.
Thank you. We have Lydia on the call, probably dialing in from airport to respond to your questions. Surgery members, please be a bit kinder. Lydia, are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah, please, Jonathan, please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just on the commercial side, I mean, 300% revenue growth is obviously impressive. I mean, what are the actual numbers and where do you see things going? And what is the actual pricing, please?
Okay. The pricing indeed is in the US market, it is just around 300 to pay upfront for the hardware. For the annual subscription, you just need to pay for $9.90. Such that you will be able to generate as many reports as you want per ring to facilitate the growth of the clinic and equip them with the new technologies.
And the sort of run rate revenue at the moment?
Current our run rates are for a year, more than a year. Yeah.
I think he's asking about what is the revenue at the moment, the annual revenue.
Probably we would like to sign some document before we disclose the numbers.
Probably we can have a side conversation to talk about the revenues.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I have a quick question. I think it's a fascinating product. How many nights does someone have to wear it before you consider the data to be accurate enough for a diagnosis?
Okay, basically you just need to wear 1 night, then the accuracy is comparable to the gold standard polysomnography. But usually we advise patient to wear multiple nights and such that we allow doctors to have an overview on the sleep architectures, which is the major advantage for having the home sleep apnea test. So usually we suggest 2 to 3 nights because we have published recently a journal to demonstrate that 2 to 3 nights you can see the converge of the numbers, because we know that there will be night-to-night variability, and this is the advantage of home sleep test as well.
And it's a massive market. Do you think it applies more to primary care doctors? Or are you marketing it more to sleep specialists?
We currently market to both, but you are right that indeed a lot of GP is using our system and such that they can help patient not only to manage the sleep, but also the chronic disease.
Yeah. Great.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Lydia. I hope you get some sleep after this session today. But yeah, if there are more questions, I'm sure there are many. Please put them in the chat section so that Lydia can spend another 1 hour to respond to those questions. Again, thanks a lot, Lydia, and thanks to all the jury members. We are moving on to the next presentation, which is Fennec Medical, which offers orthopedic AI surgical assistant to enhance implant stability and bone integrity. And here we go.
Hello, I'm Nadav Cohen, CEO of Fennec Medical. We're developing an AI co-pilot for orthopedic surgeries. Fennec is targeting the three massive pillars of orthopedics. We're starting from the hip, moving on to knee and spine. We often imagine surgery as a delicate art, but in orthopedics, the reality is much more intense. To fix an implant into a human bone, surgeons push away all sophisticated technology and they pick up a hammer, start hammering away an implant into the bone. It's a high energy striking process, and as a result, sometimes bones fracture. Surgeons navigate this fine line, relying entirely on feel. They listen to the sound of the hammer and feeling the resistance in their hands. That's their only gauge. In hip replacement procedures, for inexperienced surgeons, mechanical failure rate can reach 20%. These aren't minor issues. We're talking about intraoperative fractures, implant loosening, and more, leading to extended hospital stays, complicated revisions, and immense physical toll on patients. Hip mechanical failures alone cost the healthcare system $2 billion annually. And this is where we come in. Fennec Medical solves this by replacing subjective feel with objective deterministic data. We're turning a high-risk art into a predictable science. Based on our team's deep knowledge in signal processing, vibrations, real-time algorithms, and fracture mechanics, we succeeded where industry and academia failed for decades. Our solution is the Fennec Assistant, an AI surgical co-pilot. The system provides real-time detection of near-fracture conditions and continuous decision support on how implant insertion is progressing. So how do we do it? The Fennec Assistant is powered by the EchoStem. It's a wireless disposable unit that attaches directly to the surgeon's existing tools, such as a handle and mallet or an auto impactor. The EchoStem literally listens to the bone implant interactions, and crucially, it doesn't alter the surgeon's workflow. This enables the surgeon to decide confidently how to proceed and exactly when to stop, replacing the fracture anxiety with clinical certainty, while simultaneously creating a proprietary data set that becomes larger with every surgery. Our team consists of experts in the different fields that I discussed before, and of course, leading doctors. Our advisory board is composed of leading KOLs, expert in the surgery space and fracture mechanics, and also business. In 10 years, AI robotics will drive orthopedic surgery. It's already begun. But for the future to exist, robots need senses, just like humans do, feel, hearing. Fennec is the missing link. As our solution sets to assist surgeons today, it is set to enable the robots of tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening. We are Fennec Medical.
Thank you. We have Nadav on the call. I see Jim was smiling when Nadav was explaining the hammering process. So any questions from the jury members? And Nadav, are you ready? Yeah, Jonathan, I see you have unmuted yourself. Please go ahead.
Yes, so I guess, yeah, similarly on the commercial side, where are you on that journey?
So we're pre-regulatory. We're now in seed round for an 18-month plan to achieve FDA submission.
Okay, so totally pre-revenue then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kedar, please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Nadav. My question is that I think this obviously, as a new device, will have its own regulatory hoop to pass. How do you see image-based analysis and a feedback to the surgeon, a solution of that particular part disrupting this particular proposal?
Well, I don't think it's disrupting. It's they can be beneficial to each other. What we are sensing is actually cannot be seen externally. We're listening. Our sensors use the actual devices and implants as a sort of waveguide to transfer information from the bone implant interaction that is hidden from a camera, let's say. And what we are able to sense in general are microfractures that start to accumulate. This process happens before a fracture arises, and this is something we know how to predict. Another thing is our multisensorial device and our AI algorithm allows for a continuous monitoring of the progression of the implant or implant into the bone, giving fundamental and insightful data for the doctor to push forward without anxiety or fear.
Dr. Vineet Gupta, did you have a question? I think you raised your hand and then lowered it.
A very good presentation, and very important point that you've been making for reasons for it. One of the challenges that we have seen in bringing new surgical tech in OR and U.S. hospitals is really the cost of disposables. The cost of disposables adds up like crazy. So have you thought of converting this into a non-disposable?
Well, we have. It's a strategic decision to do it disposable for a few reasons. First reason being is that an electronic unit is very hard to sterilize with autoclaves and so on. Secondly, we have a voice of customer stating our price point, which is between $250 to $350. Allowing it to be very price effective for a single-use device.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Nadav. We'll have to take more questions in the chat section. The next presentation is Patientry, which offers health data wallet, incentivizing individuals to make better healthy choices. And here we go.
I'm Krista McFarland, founder and CEO of Patientry. Patientry has built the enterprise health data infrastructure that enables insurers to reduce healthcare costs and deploy AI-driven healthcare solutions at scale. Healthcare is entering an AI-driven era, but AI only works when the underlying data technology and infrastructure exists. Patientry provides a data layer that connects insurers, providers, employers, and patients into a unified ecosystem that AI can operate on. Health insurers today face a structural problem. They do not have a complete picture of their members' health data. Most insurers rely primarily on claims data, but claims data only reflects what has already happened. The rest of the patient journey lives across hospitals, clinics, pharmacies, wearable devices, and digital health platforms. Because these systems remain disconnected, insurers face 5 major operational challenges. First, duplicate testing and imaging, medication non-adherence, delayed diagnosis, poor chronic disease management for diseases such as diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and obesity. They all represent the largest portion of healthcare spending. Yet insurers often lack continuous health data to proactively manage risk. And finally, the underlying issue behind all these problems, fragmented health data systems. Without unified data, insurers cannot fully deploy predictive analytic population health programs or AI-based care models. Across the United States alone, these inefficiencies cost between $200 and $300 billion annually. Patientry solves this problem by creating a secure digital health data wallet and enterprise infrastructure platform that unifies health data across multiple sources. Continuous monitoring of patient health enables proactive management of chronic disease populations, lowering hospitalization risk and long-term claims costs. Our infrastructure sits between healthcare data sources and AI applications. The platform is built with HIPAA-compliant architecture, blockchain-based consent management, enterprise-grade encryption, and interoperability standards such as HL7 and FHIR. We are entering a major inflection point in healthcare where AI adoption is accelerating rapidly. Many innovation teams that implement AI are now wondering how to realize ROI. Organizations that control trusted health data infrastructure will unlock the greatest value from AI-driven care delivery and population health management. Health insurers and employers already spend trillions annually managing chronic diseases and healthcare operations globally. Patientry is enabling these organizations to reduce costs and improve outcomes by activating unified healthcare data. Our business model is simply an enterprise SaaS model. We license the platform to insurers, employers, and CROs on a per per member per month basis, typically ranging from $3 to $12 per month. We deploy a 4-stage model. First, we land with a pilot deployment, then expand to enterprise rollout and integrate across multiple departments and data systems, and ultimately become a trusted partner embedded within multi-year contracts. We're already with insurers and pilots that are international. We are expanding internationally, specifically with deployments across South Korea, Europe, Hong Kong, the United Kingdom, and the UAE. Our pilots to date have demonstrated measurable results. In our CARE GLP program, we achieved a 22% improvement in medication adherence and an 18% reduction in obesity risk markers, generating estimated savings of up to $180,000 for a pilot of 100 users. That's more than $10 million for a population of over 10,000. This is why Patientori stands apart, because we provide real-time patient-controlled data infrastructure that enables predictive analytics, AI coaching, and population health management while maintaining regulatory compliance. And our team brings deep expertise in digital health, AI, interoperability, and secure data infrastructure. Across Fortune 500 companies, together we are building the foundation for the next generation of healthcare systems. Healthcare will run on AI, but AI only works when the underlying data infrastructure is secure, interoperable, and complete. This is exactly what Patientori is scaling. Join us. Thank you.
Okay, questions for Krissa? Jury members, please unmute yourself. Yep, Timothy, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think it was a fascinating presentation. I just have a question. I did see you're at a different stage in the US compared to the UK, for example. And is there a particular insurance product, payer product that you're marketing to, like managed Medicaid versus Medicare Advantage, or is there a particular place within the payer landscape that you see the product being used?
Yes, so we see CMS as well as a payer, so they would fall under our go-to-market sales. We actually just became a part of the CMS health tech ecosystem, where we're looking towards the pilot in that 10-year-long program that they have to target Medicare Part B. But we're also looking at ACOs as a potential growth strategy for the company moving forward.
Yeah, one little very fascinating thing was the cost per member. So it's incredibly low for what you're able to deliver. So that's where there's very little risk to the payer. So I love it.
Exactly.
Thank
No, thank you.
Dr. Ayman, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for the presentation. I mean, patient-controlled health data is a really powerful concept, but the adoption historically being difficult because it depends on the network effect. So just wonder what's the strongest incentive that you are giving for hospitals or providers to actively participate. I mean, with around now 5,000 users today, what's your most effective strategy and the forecast for the coming 5 years in this regards to reach the optimal network effect?
Yeah, that's a great question. And similar to James' point, how are we, looking to roll out with healthcare systems? Looking at it from, a payer perspective, and why I mentioned ACOs, accountable care organizations, because our goal is to also target underserved populations and rural areas. So we see that as a strategy for bringing on healthcare systems to decrease readmissions and better manage their costs.
Thank you. Let's take one quick question from Timothy. Yeah, please go ahead.
Jumping on to this, the ACO and go-to-market, have you thought about maybe more specific area of PACE programs?
So I have not heard of PACE programs, but I'd love to explore that, Timothy, if you have more information on that.
We'd love to talk to you about that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot again for all the amazing questions. The next presentation is Optus AI, which prevents revenue loss for hospitals from coding and documentation errors. And here we go.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rahul Varman, a practicing physician with over 10 years experience in healthcare. Revenue leakage has been a daily reality for myself as well as my colleagues and practices. So myself and co-founder Sid co-founded Optus AI. We use AI to optimize clinical documentation and coding, closing gaps and capturing revenue that's already being earned but not attributed for. Coding and documentation errors drive massive leakage. In the US, 25 to 35% of claims have documentation or coding gaps, costing roughly $1,200 to $4,500 per surgical case from mislaterality or complexity. In the UK, audits show 48% incorrect coding, with 1,200 pounds to 4,500 pounds lost per case when comorbidities are involved or other factors. The US alone loses over $200 billion annually to billing errors, denials, and gaps. That's real money disappearing every day despite work having been performed. Cyoctus AI embeds AI across the entire billing workflow. Prior to the visit, AI generated insurer checklists and eligibility checks. During the actual patient encounter, real-time note optimization. During the coding and charge entry, AI code matching is done. Claim submission results in pre-submission denial risk prediction scores. And post-payment, there's a revenue uplift dashboard and a management of all denials. Accurate, low burden, high reimbursement, seamless integration with ongoing workflows. This is a true paradigm shift. Simple, clinician-driven code auditing live and in the user's hands today. AI suggests codes, optimizes notes in real time, predicts denials, enables one-click billing acceptance. Features include multi-insurer auto checklists, real-time AI note optimization, AI code suggestions, denial prediction, and effortless approval. There's been various proven impacts. A medium-sized clinic in Nashville with 6 to 10 physicians handling complex specialty cases detected underbilling in 7% of encounters. A large hospital in Fredericksburg with over 50 physicians cut front-end denial rates by 24%. An NHS trust in Sussex with 10 plus physicians improved appeal success by 55%, achieved a 9% uplift in net collections, and reduced doctor admin time by 45%. Consistent ROI across deployments. Our pipeline shows strong momentum. 12 prospects worth $6.2 million, 2 qualified leads at $3.8 million, proposals out for $1.2 million, including Fredericksburg Clinic, 1 in negotiation with Horder Center, and 2 closed and won with Vivid Center and QVH. Demand continues to convert and be there. A strength of our team is deep expertise within the industry as well as AI. As mentioned, I'm Dr. Varman with over a decade experience in healthcare and research prior in AI and its applications in healthcare. My co-founder Sid Bose is CTO, who brings 15 plus years in tech across US and 4 countries and has led AI and ML products at Salesforce, Cigna, and UBS, and is a 2-time serial entrepreneur. Our advisory board is strong with healthcare specialists across the spectrum and in multiple countries, giving very vital input on how to help the state of billing and administrative burdens improve and continue to help healthcare flourish. So let's partner. We do offer an audit of 25 real cases to identify missed codes in the past, comorbidities, other issues, and deliver recoverable revenue estimates with 0 workflow changes to what's currently going on. Scan the QR code to start the pilot. Let's recover revenue that's already being earned but not being attributed for. Thank you for your time.
Fantastic. We have Dr. Rahul Burman on the call to respond to jury members' questions. Any questions for Dr. Rahul? Yep, Kedar, please go ahead.
Right. So thanks. It's a very, as you would agree, that's a highly crowded place. So how do you differentiate and then make sure that you have the defensibility in the long run? And second quick question is that, assuming you have excellent results for the first couple of accounts for the first year, assuming you're a SaaS-based offering, how do you justify the second year and third year in the business, the SaaS fees to the customer?
Dr. Rahul, you might be on mute.
Sid, did you want to take a shot?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, hi, I'm Sid. So I think the first question I'll answer, Kedar. we are not an RCM solution, so we would not say there are similar companies, because what we've done is we flipped the whole concept. We start the whole node optimization from the physician, from the doctor perspective. So even before the claim is submitted, the node gets optimized and we identify the right billing codes. So that is definitely what we are hearing back from our partners, because that has never happened. They used to just submit the nodes, the billing, and the billing team would have identified, and that increases the back and forth. So we've completely flipped the whole workflow. And to answer your second question, it is actually an ongoing process, because as we get more cases, as there are more cases processed, the billing, the whole billing codes, how the advisor policies, peer policies, everything keeps on changing. And that's why it's not that the hospitals it's a one and done game. They have to constantly update or submit the cases, almost multiple cases every day. So that's why a model keeps on learning based on the latest peer policies, based on the latest billing codes and everything.
Thank you. Is there any other question for Sid or Dr. Rahul? I see there are a couple of them in the chat. Yes, please go ahead. Okay, thanks a lot, Sid and Dr. Rahul. There are questions in the chat. Please take care of them. The next presentation is Dragonflow, which converts clinical trial protocol into automated interactive point of care workflow. And here we go.
Hi, my name is Hendriks, and I'm co-founder and CEO of Dragonflow. Dragonflow fixes one of the most expensive problems in clinical trial: execution at the site level. Most innovation focus on the trial design, management, or outcomes. We focus on the execution layer, where delays, deviations, and operational errors actually occur. Dragonflow turns static clinical trial protocols into live guided workflows that reduce errors, lower cost, and accelerate time to revenues at scale. Many clinical trials don't fail because of the science. They fail because execution is slow and inconsistent. Clinical trial protocols are complex static documents, and sites rely on forms, checklists, manual calculations, and fragmented systems. With staff turnover and training gaps, mistakes are inevitable. When errors are caught late, they trigger queries, deviations, added monitoring, and costly delays. The EDC and CTMS systems record what happened, they log the data, but they don't prevent mistakes in real time. So the financial impact is significant. Phase 3 delays can cost between $1 to $2 million per day. Rework can represent 20 to 30% of the total trial cost. And each month of delay can reduce peak revenues by 5 to 15%. A single phase 2 or 3 trial can lose between $100 million to $500 million due to execution failures. Execution isn't just operational friction. It's a major financial risk. Our approach is simple: make protocols executable. Dragonflow transforms static protocols into automated, interactive workflows that guide the site teams step by step in real time. Dragonflow proprietary AI workflow technology automate the logic, calculation, decision trees, and compliance checks. We dynamically enforce inclusion and exclusion criteria and the treatment process. We prevent deviations before they happen, and instead of discovering errors later, we stop them at the point of care, while automatically create a clean, audit-ready execution trail. In a phase 3 myelofibrosis trial with a Vienna-based CRO, Dragonflow was deployed in a screening phase. The same workflow took 40 minutes using traditional methods, and when using Dragonflow, it took 9 minutes. That's a 77-time savings with a complete adherence. Practically, that means faster recruitment and more patients screened with the same team. We estimated 19% saving of cost in a typical phase 3 trial, with reduced rework, fewer discrepancies, shorter timeline, low operational risk, and predictable execution at scale. Our team combines deep clinical research expertise with decades of technology execution. We understand both the operational pain at the site level and how to build scalable, secured, enterprise-grade systems. This is not theory, it's execution experience. Dragonflow turns clinical trial protocols into active executional workflows. We reduce the risk, the time, and the cost, while accelerating the revenues directly at the site level. We make trials easier to run and harder to get wrong. Less burden at sites and more control for sponsors. We'd love to deploy this in your next study. Thank you.
Okay, questions for Sarit? Jury members, please.
Hi. Could you provide like an example or a case study of optimization, like specifically what, how was time saved?
Yes, of course. Well, when we were deployed with the CRO in Vienna, what basically they did, they made a comparison and they reviewed the complete.
Sorry, could you please speak louder?
Yes. Can you hear me? I hope. Yeah. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah. In Vienna, what they did, they made a comparison and they went through the traditional methods based on a word format, went through the different checkups, which starts with the capability of defining survival rate for patients. They had to go to MedCalc to make the medical calculation, and they made a comparison while using Dragonflow, and we did it locally through a simple calculation form within the flow. We did the same also for other measurements that included different symptoms that you had to scale from 0 to 10 and then to make sure that they are standing according to eligibility. All this was made automatically through Dragonflow and make the visit far shorter. In another example, when we're using dermatology trial, there we use planimetry measurement of a wound, and we do it again automatically throughout the complete process of the screening, while in other occasions, the whole story goes beyond the specific protocol, and the investigator has to go and enter into external system, make the calculation, make the whole planimetry measurement, and then bring it back to the trial, to the protocol, which makes everything far more cumbersome and create opportunities for deviations and errors. So basically, we reduce the time by taking complex processes and put them under the one unified workflow that shorten the time.
Thank you, Sarit. Do we have any other question for Sarit? I think there is one in the chat. Anything on the audio? Okay, I think we will be moving on to the next presentation then, which is Nukt AI. They offer healthcare-focused agentic AI operating system for intelligent triage and care coordination. And
hello everyone, I'm Sujit, co-founder and CEO of Nukt.ai. It is an agentic AI operating system built for regulated industries such as healthcare. We are headquartered in UAE, accredited with Dubai AI license, powered by tech and research centers in India, backed by a strong team of AI researchers and data scientists. Together, we are catering to the global AI ecosystem by driving AI adoption in the regulated industry sectors. Let me show you today how we are solving for some of the critical challenges in the healthcare industry. What problems are we solving? Healthcare is overloaded and overburdened. Doctors lose 20 to 30 minutes per visit collecting patients' history, while fragmented records and language barriers slow the care even further. Clinicians want structured context, patients want faster guidance. Today's system offers neither. So why can't this be solved by existing AI? Today's generic AI models are not enough for healthcare. They hallucinate, they forget context, and often generate unreliable and unrelated outputs. What healthcare needs is not just a model, but a reliability layer with reasoning, workflow control, safety boundaries, and accountability. This is exactly what our healthcare OS Chikit AI delivers. Patients describe symptoms in their native language. The system performs remote triage, and clinicians receive structured summaries, not just any transcripts, all within strict safety boundaries. So how it works? By simply shifting the intake upstream. What does that mean? Patients interact remotely through voice or chat. Chikit AI structures the case before the patient arrives at the healthcare center. Now, by the time the patient reaches the doctor has all the information, which enables the doctor to move from a 20-minute of questioning to just 5 minutes of verification. This is what Chikit doing right now. As per our roadmap and whatever we are building, in next 12 months, as you can see in the slide, the last paragraph shows what we would be achieving in terms of reducing the time taken for treating a patient. Chikit AI is equipped with some key powerful features, such as preparing clinician-ready clinical summary. As we all know, doctors have to deal with preparing clinical summaries, discharge summaries, and so on and so forth. Chikit AI builds a symptom timeline, converts everyday language into medical terminologies, flags risk cases, and supports differential assessment with probabilistic reasoning. Tech innovation at core is what sets us apart. Under the hood is the Nukt AI agentic AI operating system, which was developed over a period of 10 to 12 months, resulting from our learnings from deploying numerous production-grade AI systems for businesses across GCC and India. The OS enables anyone to set up AI systems from scratch, including training the models. The OS facilitates augmentation of AI systems by adding memory, reasoning, orchestration, and governance to the existing AI models, turning them into reliable clinical intelligence. One of the major breakthroughs that we achieved recently is bringing the quantum capability to our agentic AI operating system. Our deep tech edge includes Quantro, which is a quantum-aware ML simulator. In the POC trials, Quantro delivered 96% clinical diagnostic accuracy when plugged into Chikit AI. It also delivered 80% faster analysis and 75% lower computational cost versus classical LLMs. So here's some of our key achievements. Got inducted into some of the top innovation programs by industry leaders like NVIDIA and Google. Successfully delivered some complex custom AI deployment projects for large enterprises and government agencies. Although in our early stages of revenue, we were able to achieve a strong month-on-month growth rate of 15 to 20%. Measurable impact were demonstrated in our pilot trials, achieving a 30% reduction in patient intake time by the healthcare providers using Chikit AI. Most importantly, the satisfactory feedback we receive from our users is what pure gold for us. That kept us pushing this product into the layers of healthcare. Healthcare systems around the world are constantly under pressure to deliver better care with greater efficiency. Chikit AI is built to make that possible. Visit our website or reach out through the contact details on the screen to see how Chikit AI can transform patient intake, triage, and clinical operations for your healthcare system. Now that you have seen us, you have heard us. Now it's time to try us. Thank you so much for your time. Wonderful day.
Okay, we have Sujit on the call to respond to your questions, jury members.
Hello, everyone.
Anybody? Yeah, please go ahead, Dr. Ayman.
Yes, thank you for the presentation and showing your solution. So my question is about clinical validation. So how was the reported 96% diagnosis accuracy measured in which specific medical domains? Have you tested in the system so far? And you know that the AI solution raised concerns about the patient safety. So what safeguards are in place to prevent incorrect or unsafe recommendations also?
Thanks, Dr. Ayman, for the question. To answer the first part of your question, the data based on which we were able to demonstrate the capability of our quantum product, which right now, obviously, the results that you are seeing is part of a sandbox trial where we integrated the Chikit AI product, which is the healthcare front end of our agentic AI operating system. When plugged into the quantum-aware ML simulator, what we observed is that the accuracy. So we tried training our own LLM models from scratch, and they were giving us accuracy of 70%, 75%. But obviously, it takes time. I mean, the more the data sets you fed into the system, the accuracy increases. But with the quantum-aware ML simulator, which is the primary objective of the product, and that is what we are trying to achieve, is to have
these the training of these LLM models, the time taken to train these LLM models are reduced significantly, because that is what we observed from our experience in deploying large AI projects in various enterprise layers, is that businesses or hospitals, they want to deploy AI, but what is it that they are doubtful about is the outcome, and obviously they don't want to spend upfront and wait 6 to 7 months, because that is what standard LLM takes to get trained and to start giving some tangible result. So that is where the objective of the quantum came into picture, and that is where we tested it in the sandbox trial. Now we have started testing it in production grade, and although with the limited parameters it was 96%, and the cost obviously was 75% lesser. It will obviously, with the volume of the data, with the increase in volume of data, this parameter might reduce, these metrics will reduce, but significantly it will be higher than the classical LLMs.
Sujit, okay, Dr. Ayman, were you able to get answer to your question?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We can take one more question if there is any.
Sujit, one from my side. In terms of application, have you kind of looked at markets across Asia as well, where you can find these application, because these are we have very fragmented systems.
Right.
So how would the learning actually happen here?
As of now, the way the learning we are training the systems is first is the generic data set, which is ensuring that the core intent of the product is achieved. But hospitals and the hospitals that we are working with are large hospitals. So they have their own data sets which they are feeding into the system. So the data wheels that is set up is training on a transactional basis, on a day-to-day basis, and then the data set that we fed into, which brought the system to a level that it achieves core functionality. It delivers the core functionality.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Sujit. Thank you, Nishant. We'll have to take more questions in the chat section. The next presentation is Health Pro, an Indonesian company offering AI workforce solution for efficient hospital operations and planning.
Hi everyone, my name is Randy. I'm a founder of Health Pro. We believe hospitals deserve better tools to manage their most valuable asset. Yes, their healthcare workforce. Recently, healthcare facilities still manage their healthcare workforce with manual tools like spreadsheet, pen and paper, and so on. It leads 80 hours plus per month to do all the paperwork thing. So it will be leads for with three big problems. The first one, of course, it will be expensive. The second one, it will be burn out your healthcare workers, staff, and so the third one, it will be put patient at risk. So let's imagine in the future that from chaotic, we can move to optimize the healthcare workforce. So here we are, Health Pro, propose build platform to secure your staffing healthcare infrastructure. We unified the system to do plan, execute, and optimize with three pillars: smart scheduling, on-demand marketplace, and also analytics. Unparalleled, while we helping these healthcare workers full-time, and also we helping healthcare facilities to get a flexible healthcare workers through our 11,000 vetted healthcare workers in our database. With this, we help optimizing workforce operation with 20% lower operation costs, 20% higher revenue by expanding service capacity and coverage, and also we reduce 40 hours per month for do the admin work. Let's see how we help our client. The first use case is Siloam Hospital with their teleconsultation. Before Health Pro, they do by their own dedicated doctor model open only Monday to Friday, 8 hours per day, cost 10,000 per month, and the capacity only maximum 10,000 patient. But with HealthPro, we're providing flexible doctors on demand for them. Open can be 24/7, cost only $8,000 per month, and we increase the capacity up to 2,000 patients. Another client, Dr. Hub Clinic Group, before HealthPro, they fully self-manage their healthcare workforce, mostly full-time with permanent hires, and then burnout due to volatile patient volume. It's happened quietly in healthcare facility setting. But with HealthPro, we manage 100 workers by balancing permanent and a flexible one. We lower their burnout through load distribution and also saving $7,000 per year from turnover. We got trusted by leading healthcare partner from Indonesia, and maybe you will be next. And even we designed this solution specific for Indonesian healthcare workforce, but we build HealthPro in healthcare operation realities, not only generic HR. We design to reduce patient risk by improving staffing and also end-to-end system from planning, execution, coverage, and also insight. The founder combined with 20 years experience, patient in Indonesian healthcare, from hospital domain expertise to strong technical capabilities. I'm a serial entrepreneur, Vika as a registered nurse. So together, we have been working together in another healthcare startup, and we believe we are the best team to execute HealthPro and moving HealthPro forward. So if you're interested, let's start with one department in your facilities and scale at the network. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Randy. We have questions for Randy, the founder of HealthPro, Dr. Ayman.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. The question is, do you see HealthPro primarily scaling within Indonesia, or I mean, in your long-term vision to expand across healthcare system in Southeast Asia, Middle East? Do you have like a forecasted plan for that? Because I think marketplace platforms depends a lot on the networking and having a good demand and supply balance there.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Ayman. Actually, currently we are focusing in Indonesia, but last year in some event, I tried to do some research, also meet some a leader in healthcare in another region in Southeast Asia. I also talked to my friend in Middle East and also in UAE. The problem is there, and it is quite similar with Indonesia problem. I think across the globe for the healthcare workforce is in the same issue. So the plan is, of course, we hope we can do globally also. Since in US, I think as there are a biggest healthcare workforce platform there, just acquired by another biggest one. So the potential is quite bright for HealthPro. So yeah, looking forward if there are some partners or collaboration happen in the future.
Yeah, just another question is, I'm curious now to know how active are the professionals in your database? I mean, the 11,000, all of them active, and you have a strategy to keep them engaged, or?
The 11,000 is our database. All of them is fitted, but of course not all of them active in our platform, because most of them is active also in their full-time job in another healthcare facilities. But in monthly basis, approximately we provide up to 1,000 shifts with a different healthcare workers type, starting the doctors, nurse, physiotherapist, radiologist, analyst, and mostly is in the flexible in a daily basis. And in Indonesia, there are 14 types of healthcare workers. So the goal is to leverage all of them to have a and also leverage type of job also in hospital, clinic, lab, and recently we just try to have a pilot also in hotel group, a married group hotel in Indonesia, with the same issue. So yeah, I think this is the healthcare workers in Indonesia.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Dr. Ayman, and thanks a lot, Randy. I think there are a bunch of questions for you in the chat section, so please take care of them. But yeah, I want to thank all the jury members.
Thanks, Pankaj.
Wait, this is not the end. As the seasoned and experienced jury members know, that I will be requesting for your feedback or probably talk about one or two startups that stood out from your perspective. I see Dr. Ayman on my screen, so I'll request him to go first, please. Dr. Ayman, probably one or two startups that stood out from your perspective today.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, all of them, they have a specific, let's say, advantage that they are targeting, and the collective selling points that they are trying to put a value proposition in the market. But I can say the most one that's NewCat AI and Psychotis AI and Health Pro. These are the most let's say, with a good attraction, and the scaling is there is a clear path for scaling for these solutions, of course, with the right execution and funding. So these are the three ones that I see, but of course, all of them, they have the potential there with hard work, of course.
Yeah. So Nuke AI, Sky, Octus AI, and Health Pro stood out from your perspective. Thanks a lot, Dr. Ayman. I see Vineet Gupta. Please go ahead, Vineet.
Again, Pankaj, congratulations to you guys for assembling such a good group of new tech. And congratulations to all of you guys presenters. I think every one of them, you guys did an amazing job, very short time, and you delivered your message. I think every one of you guys delivered what you came here to do. So I think kudos to you for that. Also, you guys see, because you all stayed together, you guys are all in different phases of a journey, right? Some people are much earlier, some are much later. And you see, perhaps you can learn from each other too, I hope here, that what somebody is doing well, what somebody perhaps needs help in. In my opinion, I think I'm really, really looking at stuff that is closer to scale. So my opinions are biased. Please don't consider any of you that it's a blip on you guys. In my opinion, the two that stood out to me today was Belen and Fennec. Belen, because you guys have something that is already touch and feel. You can take it, patients can use it, people can use it, and it's really close to market. There are challenges for you because so many other people have it. So you guys have to figure out your path that way. And you already know this. Fennec, I really like the innovation piece because it's a big need. Nobody's looking at it. You guys are early and you already have something that works. I think for you, the challenge really is going to be who's going to pay for it. And I think even if it's $2 extra for a patient, they don't want it added to their bill. So you really have to consider your technology and a fit that way. But I do think you have a good road ahead.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Vineet. You said it really well that all the startups have done a fantastic job. And thanks a lot for mentioning Belen and Fennec Med. That stood out from your perspective. Thanks a lot. Timothy, please go ahead.
Thank you. And I appreciate the opportunity to meet with all these wonderful companies. Companies, I would have to say, you all are in a very specific group. None of us outside of this, we've all been through this, what you all are going through, but no one, I should reframe that. rephrase that. None of us are going through what you are going through right now. So it is very challenging, and I would advise you all to kind of like stick with one another and keep connected with one another. With that said, sort of the three companies I thought kind of stood out to me. The first one was Abulin. I did some investigation on it. I'd like for y'all just to clean up the website a little bit, but I thought this is a very strong tool, especially if you're able to do the diagnosis in a home setting. If you could get into that type of setting, that would be even a much more of a ramp up. Pepitech, the glaucoma treatment, was also another one I thought in there that's the biochemist in me speaking. I think that's a pretty good way to go, and I'm very excited about finish up these preclinicals and moving forward. But the one I kind of like slide to the most is Patientori. I think the environment, especially on the payer side, has dramatically shifted over the past 2 years, especially their willingness to take a look at patient journey knowledge graphs, which I think is probably what you all are heading towards. The couple of years ago, working in this arena, they were very hesitant to doing that, mainly because there was some conflicts that are internally with a lot of the major payers in the U.S. But I think things have changed to a point that they're much more open to hearing about the technology. Probably would want to get the price per member, which is pretty low to begin with, but lower. But I would think I'm most excited about that company.
Thank you.
And
thank you, Tim.
all.
So Belon, Peptitech, and Patientori stood out from your perspective. So thanks a lot for that. Jim, please.
Yeah, I want to echo what has already been said very well by a lot of the other jurors. It was really exciting to be here. The presentations were all, it must be very hard to, you put your heart and soul into something for so long, for so many years, and then, you have a very short time to kind of effectively pitch it. So I think everyone did a really good job pitching their very complicated businesses in many cases in a very short amount of time. So really well done. For me, the standouts were Balloon, Patientori, and Nyukt AI. So Patientori in particular is very close to what I've been doing for the past 10 years or so. And I think it really targets what increasingly payers in the US, where I can specifically speak to that, they are going to be they really recognize that they have to be a much more proactive part of the solution of the cost control. And without their active participation, they're going to be increasingly held responsible. And we saw that over the past year with some of the conversations that they had with Congress, with the United Health, and some of those very direct challenges to those companies for what they're doing to reduce costs. So I think it's a really unique product, and I'm interested to hear more about it. Balloon, I really like as a clinician, that the clinical problem of poor sleep and sleep disturbances leading to, and the ramifications to many other chronic diseases and quality of life. I think it's very underreported, even in my current field of treating patients with substance use disorder. When you can't sleep, when you do have a sleep disorder, it affects every realm of your life. It affects your ability to work, your ability to interact with your family, your ability to make choices in many realms of your life. So very, very interesting products. I'll be following up with at least both of those products.
Thank you. So Belon, Patientori, and Nyukt. Thanks a lot, Jim. Really appreciate that. Kedar, please.
Yeah, so I think great job by all the teams. Really appreciated their quick pitches. For me also, Balloon, Patientori, and then the next one, if I have to pick the third, is Fennec, depending on what the channel and the go-to-market strategy that they would choose. But Balloon, again, because it's already there in the market, so it's tangible. and then it's a platform. So it's not just starting with sleep, but it's a platform. So if I feel that if the EMR and other integrations are done well and then frictionless, there is a much more broader play for that value proposition that has. So I think not just the current sleep diagnosis part of it, but I'm looking at the breadth of the proposition that is like, and then has the capability to grow in next 4 to 5 years. That's why Balloon is appealing. Patient tree is on the optimization that the previous juror actually rightly said. Fantastic on that. Subject to the positioning part of it, I feel that the blockchain part of it can be a little tapered compared to the outcomes from a payer perspective, and then also integration issues with the provider aspects. If it is addressed properly, it's a very good proposition that can actually scale. And Fennec, as I said, that I think nobody would like to add additional cost to the existing part of it. So a meaningful bundling and integration with either some of the existing players or a different business model, I think can actually also help. But it's a large geriatric population going to require THK and TKRs quite significant across the globe. So large opportunity over there. And thank you again for compiling all of this and then bringing us on board too.
Thank you, Kedar. So Bilon, Patient Tree, and Fennec from your perspective. Annalisa, may I request you to go next, please?
Absolutely. Well, thank you first of all for the presentations. Congrats to all the startups and teams. Wish you all the best for the future. If I have to mention 2-3 startups, I would certainly mention Markable and Fennec because they target, they cover 2 areas that we as VC firm would like to target more, that are both women's health and digital solutions. So we already have deal flow, of course, and few investments in those areas, but we would definitely love to strengthen our target on that. And also Peptitech, I believe it's already in our deal flow. It's Italian, so we have I have, of course, a sympathy for that, but also I believe it's a really innovative way to deal with the disease. So I really appreciated the presentation.
Fantastic. So you said Markable, Peptitech, and Fennec, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Annalisa. May I request Jonathan to go next, please?
Sure. Thank you, Pankaj, and thank you to everyone that presented. Yes, I think my 3. I mean, I would, I guess, firstly, echo Vineet's comment that sort of super early stage, super seed is not necessarily my area, and braver people than me, like Pankaj, I guess, dive into that area. But that being said, the 3 that I thought stood out were Bellon, Fennec, and Peptitech. They all address both significant market and significant challenges. And I do quite like the idea of having a physical product as well. I think that is a differentiator these days. For companies that are purely software, I know obviously there's been a huge uptake in that, but for businesses that are so very early stage, I think it is a challenge to look at that, and traction obviously is critical. And I think it's it's a brave place to be, and I wish everyone very well on that side. It's difficult to get the scale, and I wish everyone well on that front.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Jonathan. So Bilon, Peptitech, and Fennec from your perspective. I think that's it. Again, thanks to all the jury members for joining us today. And as most of you already recognized and mentioned, that putting years of your work into 4 minutes of presentation is just extremely difficult. You want to put all your value proposition, competitive landscape, the amazing things about your team and everything, and it's just not possible. But I think the teams have done a fantastic job in creating a crisp messaging for all of you to see and probably evaluate. Again, really appreciate your time today, and I'm sure that we will find more opportunities to collaborate, support each other, and grow this ecosystem and bring the right kind of innovation to the healthcare ecosystem. Again, we want to make it accessible and available for billions of people worldwide. Thanks everybody for your time today. Really appreciate it. And I'm sure that we will keep connecting later and keep collaborating. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.